Hello and welcome to VanCam number 2. Obviously, not day 2. I missed quite a few VanCams, which will be explained very soon. Now, while I am in the van right now, I'm not currently living in the van. I'm actually parked at the bottom of my street in Lyon, and I've been staying at my apartment for the last few nights due to quite the flu, which I think it's pretty obvious. I got super sick from sleeping in the van in not enough clothing in the middle of winter. Really sick. I'm fine now, but the last few days have been actual hell. Worse things have happened to other people, I'm aware, but that's not the point, okay? I wasn't expecting it. I should have been. I think no one listening to this right now is going to be surprised that I got sick. It's not the point. Move on. I've learnt from my mistakes. And we'll just carry on, and the VanCam will continue. Little note for my French friends. I'm sorry this isn't in French. I'm getting complaints from you guys. Not complaints, but you want me to speak slower, which I don't think I'm going to do, because I just speak, and this is how I speak. So too bad. But maybe you might want to do... I think I can hear someone. I think my roommate's here to make my help. That was predictable. There's Thomas and Kat.
Alors là, on est dans quel pays au juste?
C'est bon, j'ai dit à tout le monde ce qui s'est passé.
Ah, c'est bien.
These guys think that they're they're calling me out, but I'm just explaining that I definitely never lie to you, my beautiful people that are looking at this video.
You just never got out of the street. You were never in Belgium or in...
Okay, well that's obviously a lie, and everyone knows that you're a liar.
Okay. Anyways, I think we're gonna leave.
Why? I'm sure this will be a very great part of the video. I will not cut any of this out.
Maybe you should cut it out.
No, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Okay.
D'accord.
Salut Scotty.
Salut.
À tout à l'heure.
À toutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Sorry.
You see that on purpose? Bye.
À toutes.
All right. Now, what was I saying? Anyway, it's not important. Let me just quickly recap what happened over the last few days. I wrote it down on my phone as I was going because, look, to be honest, I just started feeling really sick, and I was just on a mission to get to warm, comfortable places, which it took me a long time to find, it turns out. So the day after the first VanCam, I woke up in the town of Mons, which was great. I hung out in the town for a bit. And then, due to a series of unpleasant circumstances, including a storm, like an ice storm, and then a blackout, which prevented me from which got me stuck in a supermarket for a couple of hours. I was way backed up again, and I was planning on arriving at this place called the Forest of Vosges in the east of France. I was planning on being there by the afternoon, then setting up camp and hanging out in the national park for the day, for the afternoon and for the night. I didn't actually get there until about midnight. What I did do on that day, it was Monday, is I just drove. I was stuck in a lot of traffic. I was stuck inside a supermarket for a little while. I think the only thing noteworthy of that day is that I did actually drive through 4 different countries, which I think is cool to do in one day. I started in Belgium, and then I drove into Luxembourg. I drove through Luxembourg, and then I followed the roads through Germany, because in Germany I didn't have to pay road tolls. And then I went back into France to go to the forest that night, which was very cool. So that was day 2. Day 3 was Tuesday. I woke up in the forest, in the national park, which was actually really beautiful, but cold. Just straight up freezing. It was horrible. I was really cold, and it was pouring rain all night, and it was shaking the van, and it was quite turbulent and upsetting. But then, at like 4 a.m, complete silence. I was like, oh my god, it finally stopped raining. I look outside and realize that the reason it's silent is because it's now a snowstorm, and snow was just coming down so hard, which was beautiful, but not ideal for what I wanted. Anyway, so on that third day, I visited a couple of sites in the national park. I went to the Citadel of Bitch, which was a cool name for a town, I thought. Obviously, I was easily entertained that day. And then I went to the Ramstein Castle ruins, which is like this beautiful castle ruins in France, but it's obviously a German-named castle. And it's completely ruined, basically, but it's built on top of like this rocky mountain. So I climbed up there, which was cool, and inside the tunnels is now a bat reserve, which they were in hibernation, so I wasn't like attacked by bats or anything like that, but it was interesting. And then I made my way to Stuttgart, where I saw Stefan, old friend from New York. That was awesome. We hung out, we went and got a doner kebab, which obviously is the first thing you do when you arrive in Germany. And then we went and hung out at his friend's house, Flo. And that was that day. And then what was the next day? Day 4. Day 4 was when I started to realize that I was completely sick. I was like feverish that night. I was sweating, chilling, and I was like just not enjoying it. My whole body was just shutting down, basically. But I was like, I've got a day in Stuttgart, I'm going to hang out. I went to a couple of museums, wandered around the streets, and I went to the city library, which I think was my favourite part of the day. It was beautiful. Obviously, like, my favourite thing in Germany is probably architecture. It's always so nice and pleasant and soothing, I'm going to say, despite me feeling like a sack of shit. Well, hello, old people. And then that night, me and Stefan made ourselves a little home-cooked meal at home, made a delicious lasagna, and it was delightful. We drank a nice little bottle of red wine. And then what was is the next day, day 5? I can't work out my day times. Yeah. Well, look, this is what I wrote for day 5. Feeling awful. Gonna head back to Lyon. Okay. I was kind of already planning on coming back to Lyon, because on Friday I wanted to be here for a friend's birthday dinner. And I needed to come pick up some more supplies. So I just wrote, just feel really bad. Drive is taking all day. The road is stunning though. Drove through the mountains. It was really nice. Yeah, I drove like down Germany a little bit and then through Switzerland and into France, and it was beautiful. But it was a long drive. Once again, I wanted to take the small roads, so it took like 9 hours instead of 6 or whatever. It's fine. Day 6, I wrote... So day 6, what was that, Friday? Yeah, that was Friday. I wrote bed, so that's here in Lyon. So I've been here since Friday. No, it was since Thursday night I arrived back here. And then Friday, I just wrote bed. And then I wrote, the doctor confirmed that I should not have been sleeping in a van without proper protection. So, thank you, doctor, for confirming that for me. I did go to see the doctor. I was a bit worried that I had like some kind of horrible infection. He's like, you've just got the flu and a little bit of a chest infection. But he said I'll be fine. So I'm already feeling better, so whatever. I went to Melly's birthday dinner. Great group of friends, great food, great venue. I was not able to stay longer than about an hour. I was just at the end. At the end. That's the end of the sentence. I was just at the end. So I came home and passed out. And then yesterday, which is day 7, I kept this journal going. So I was like, I'm going to have to catch up with everything. I wrote bed, full stop, chicken soup, full stop. Yeah, I made chicken soup yesterday, which was delicious. But just going out to buy the ingredients was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And then today is day 8. I wrote bed, slowly recovering, which is nice. I'm about to go out for drinks with Daniela, a friend of mine who I used to work with at the Elephant and Castle. And that's kind of it. Sorry that this video is basically just to catch up on days where, honestly, not a lot ended up happening, because I spent a lot of time sleeping and just trying to get by. so glad I didn't sneeze then. The sneezes are rare, but they hurt my throat so much because it's so raw. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to sneeze. Basically, tomorrow I've got another day here in Lyon. The plan is to be 100% ready to go. And then I'm pretty sure on Tuesday I'm going to head down to the south of France. From now on, I'm going to be doing shorter trips, so I won't have those days where I spend the entire day in the van, which I'm looking forward to. But I'm going to go down to the south of France for a few days. And then next Friday, I'm going to be back here for a night. And then Saturday, I'm heading off on a bit of a road trip up to the Alps. So back to cold weather. So that should be fun. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going up to Austria is the plan for now. We'll see how that goes. Okay, well, this is going to happen again. I still haven't come up with a sign-off. Adios. That's terrible. I'm not going to make that a rule. Like, no, I'm not going to use different languages. No, because then this is the same thing with the rules. Like, you start building rules, then you're like, every rule is made to be broken. It's just the end of the video.